Oh dear God, look at this, just perfection. Haven't played on this game in so long. Just listen to the music, listen. Key Lord of the Rings. Perfect. Gets the blood going. This is the game that EA made just so well. This is the Battle for Middle-earth 1. Battle for Middle-earth 2 was fantastic. Rise of the Witch King, okay. But this was the game that really set the scene. So we're going to go for a campaign. We're going to play through. We're only going to play through a little bit. How do I do? Good, evil, good, evil, good, evil. Oh, you got to go good. Got to go good. Obviously, let's go hard. Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh, I remember this. I remember. What? Right. Okay. Woohoo! I remember this. Is brilliant. Okay, yeah, we got Mordor over here.
Mordor is the land of the Dark Lord Sauron. He has dominion over this bleak and wasted landscape and all who enter it.
Yeah, bloody
Sauron
Mordor.
wages war with all of Middle-earth.
Bloody Sauron.
It must be stopped.
Stop him.
All shall fall into darkness.
All fall into darkness. Oh, Isengard.
Hobbit Frodo Baggins.
Oh, I remember.
Bears the ring.
Yes, you actually
Guarded
control the
by
characters.
fellowship drawn from all the free peoples of Middle-earth.
Mm-hmm.
The One Ring must be returned to Mount Doom and destroyed in the very fires of its creation.
Damn straight, Gandhi. Damn straight. So we're gonna click on Moria. +1 power. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. So essentially, what you have to do, if you haven't played the campaign before, I strongly suggest that you purchase the game firstly.
The mines of Moria.
Yes, mines.
Once proud city of the dwarves, its ruined halls are now infested with vile goblins.
So, if you haven't seen the movies, then just I don't even know what to say. But this is basically the Mines of Moria scene. So in Battle for Middle-earth 1, you actually get to play as the heroes in the campaign. So the first mission is going into the Mines of Moria, because that's when the Fellowship starts. Now this campaign basically sees it right the way through to the end. You obviously don't get to play as Frodo in the last bit with Sam. There's no point. There's the cave troll. So basically we get to control all of the heroes in this first bit, because they're all there. They're all in Moria. It's actually a real-time strategy game. So to implement this kind of, campaign style into the game is fascinating. You do get an RTS style campaign through. And obviously, this is just the graphics as they are. This is all very high settings. This game is quite old. It is quite a bit tetchy here and there. I'll try and zoom in. Look, there's Boromir, Legolas, Gandalf. There's Merry, Frodo, Sam, Pippin, Gimli, and Aragorn. So basically what we need to do is you can select PowerPoints. There, if you go out there, obviously there's the Watcher here, but we've obviously set ourselves in. So let's go and have a look at the PowerPoint menu. Now, this is all the same. For the campaign, the PowerPoints are a little bit more expensive just because you're going to be playing just so much in the good and the evil campaigns. This is the PowerPoint tree. So basically, as much as when you fight, you will get another PowerPoint level. So this time we're going to go for heal. The other number one is the Elven Gifts. Hero gain 50% damage bonus, passive power. That's great, but we're going to need heal to start off with. You always go heal first, then you go Elven power. So do this to select all the heroes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change everyone to throw rocks. The hobbits, I like them throwing rocks. I used to play this competitively, so don't mind me. You can't get Frodo and Sam in the actual game. It's only in the storyline that you can actually get Frodo and Sam. So here we go. We start off getting into there. Now what I want to do, Gandalf gets level 2 with the lightning sword. I want to get Gandalf to level 2. You basically want to get Gandalf as high a level as you can, just simply because he just got fantastic skills. He's got the Wizard Blast, he's got the Lightning Sword. I mean, I'll show you all the powers that you can get. Aragorn starts off with Athelas, he can heal people. Blade Master, which does super damage. Legolas has got Hawk Strike, and he gets Knife Fighter, but Hawk Strike is quite useful. Gimli gets an Axe Throw. Boromir gets Leadership to start off with in level 4, so unfortunately he's not great, but if you do, well, he's not great at the start. He's still a very good hero, obviously, but to get him up, Horn of Gondor is brilliant because if you can, blow your horn and get enemies to freeze. So let's move forward a little bit.
Quiet. Goblins are close. Kill them all.
Oh, here come the gobos.
Goblins approach.
Let's get Aragorn at the back. Legolas can take down that dude. This is brilliant. Why are these guys actually attacking? It's quite strange, really. I've set them into... I don't know. They're just not getting a chance. I don't really want to put them out in front anyway, because obviously if Frodo dies, you lose. Well, actually everybody should survive. So Aragorn is level 2. Those are the bonus ones, but here are the main ones. Basically just to get through Moria. So here we go, there's another one. Now, I am actually going to get Aragorn to take that one. Only because I'm going to need him to be as high a level as possible. Obviously if anyone's too close, so we're not really close to the level, but we'll get there.
There is evil that does not sleep.
Okay, I see that you want to see Gandalf's Wizard Blast, so let's go and show him that Wizard Blast. So right click. Boom! That's the Wizard Blast. Fantastic, lovely. Okay, here come the hobbits. That's quite slow actually. Why has he got his sword out for?
We should have made for the Gap of Rohan.
Anyway, let's go down there, let's see what's up here. I think we have to go this way. Oh no, that's to get the cave trolls. Let's go back. Cave troll.
Take them quickly!
Legolas' Torch Strike straight in there. I did it. Now Boromir's got splash damage, and that just means that you can knock things over basically. You'll see they just keep knocking things over. I want to pull back. So I'm going to let Gimli take that because his leap attack is very good. Legolas doesn't really have anything. I don't really need Knife Fighter at level 2. Legolas will gain levels just simply because he's shooting from afar. He'll take a lot of stuff out. This game, by the way, is critically acclaimed. It's such a fantastic game. I spent many years of my childhood playing this game and just loving every single one. There's a little bug here. Sounds on sword mode. So yeah, Gandalf can use that. Let's use that. Giving down rank 2. Legolas needing rank 2.
We are with you, Aragorn.
So at least all the hobbits are now firing. That's the most important thing. What's up? What's up there? Ah, this is the throne room. So let's go into here. This is Balin's tomb. You remember that Boromir came in and shut the doors, and Boromir got shot at. There you go. There's a little movie clip. Fantastic. Oh, I didn't remember.
Leave no one behind.
Gimli kneels, and then yeah. Okay, come on, hobbits. Let me get in.
Here lies Balin.
This is the best bit. You get little cutscenes, in-game cutscenes. And this is just, yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. We're going to need to protect our hobbits because they're the weakest out of the Fellowship. So we need to make sure that they're staying back. That's what having them on rock throw mode in particular. Here we go. Okay, the camera angle changes a little bit. We're going to move Frodo in the sand and our little Merry band a little bit back. Let's get him in there. Gandalf, let's use Lightning Sword, because you haven't seen Lightning Sword yet. He will just destroy everybody. Look at that. Look at the effects. Brilliant. I can't even give him his little reach jump there. I got him a bit late. This is why you need Gandalf. Not doing too well. The Lightning Sword again. Legolas is ability to kill that throw. There you go, level 2. What we're going to do, we need to pull him back and Athalas. And you see there how everything. Now these little hobbits are going to have to try and get involved a little bit here. Gandalf is low again. Get him away. So we can pick up a heal. We'll use a heal. There's a timer on the heal, so it's not just one per mission. It's a timer. We can go again. Set these guys up. Now, Gimli can use his axe throw, that's why we leveled him up. Legolas has also got his tail, he's going to again open power on, can use Blade Master, gets his Blade Master and gets some really freaky kills. Look at the damage of that. Boromir level 2, that's good. Now what it is that when you're levelling up these heroes, so here we go, I've got the power point in, so let's use that. I can get 3 power points, you can back up to level 3. What was this for? What's that? I can't get that. Okay, so basically what it is that I was trying to explain is that as you level up these heroes, you can use them in the campaign. So, for example, when you get to the Rohan stage of the campaign, you'll get Éomer as a hero. Now, as you level him up through the campaign, you will be able to use him in every single mission or every single game that you then have, or any scenario. Éomer will stay that level. So it's not just they basically stay at level 2 or level 3 or whatever they are. So it's really important to ensure that they're appropriately leveled. So when you get the opportunity to level them. You know, kill all the units. You know, really level them and get your power points up at the same time. Because now, as you can see, I now have level 2.5. Brilliant. This probably not really doing too much. I think it's because these guys are just dying far too easily. Right, are we going to go this way? Let's just let's use a lightning sword. Let's see if we can pick those up as well. Everybody needs to be on that cave or again I can die horrible. Who are we going to get up a level here? Let's get Gandalf up another level. So he's level 3.
Balrog of Mordor.
Okay, we think the Balrog's going to come soon. What I want to try and do is try and make sure that Gandalf has the most health possible. Now, when you have that blue ring around the guys, that means that they're healing. They just stay inactive, so they heal. Another little bit about the mod. So I've got this power point you'll see me get against 50% damage bonus, passive power. So that's really helpful. Now, when you go and use your Rohan campaign, you're going to want to get a draft. Rohan have a very starting unit they can recruit from their farms called peasants. Every time you get a couple of units of peasants, don't just use it on one, but you get a couple or 3 or 4 units of peasants, then use draft. Gandalf, Power of the Starry, turns into Gandalf for white. You then get Elven Wood. And then you get to the stage where you can summon these units. Now, these units, the Elven allies, the Rohan allies, the Ent allies, the Army of the Dead, and the Eagle allies only last for a certain amount of time, so they're not too overpowered. You can't just sit there and summon an entire army forward. So let's go this way. I think let's go this way. Nope. Oh, this way. Okay, the light. Follow the light. We have to face the Balrog, which is quite scary. I've not done this for quite a while, so actually, I'm quite scared.
I sense a great evil here.
Don't fall behind!
Okay, I think the Balrog is coming. Oh wow, look at that. Gobbles everywhere. Yes, yes, okay, we're going to do this. So I'm just going to stick Legolas a little bit ahead of everybody. They can take on these guys. Legolas to take those
Get out of my
way! There's the fair bit actually. Or we just carry on moving. We just carry on moving on the side. You can't really do those unless you spend all day long with Legolas. Okay. Go ahead. Super. Alrighty. I actually can't remember fighting the Balrog. Just lets me go. I need to use lightning sword. I've just got to keep running around and stuff. Just wait until he does. Oh, yeah, but I can't.
I am a servant of the secret fire, wielder of the flame of Arnor.
Around there. Don't hit me. Oh, look at that. Oh, Jesus. He hits really hard. Gandalf's nearly dead. Should come back from the lightning swords will be charging very quickly. When you're playing online against people or you're playing a skirmish or whatever, it doesn't recharge that quickly. I think it's probably just for the fight. Don't get hit! Oh, too slow. Oh! Let's go back and try that one. Cut me off. Balrog is a force of darkness, so you've got force of light, which has gone to the right. Force of darkness, so you saw the army of the dead. Balrog defeated, Gandalf doesn't die for us, Gandalf lives, which is important. Now, one of the main things for this campaign is that to make... So, when you go to Amon Hen, as people know in the Fellowship of the Ring, in the last part of the movie, Boromir dies. If you save Boromir in this, you save Boromir in the campaign. Like how we saved Gandalf, we've now saved Gandalf. We can use Gandalf moving forward. If Gandalf dies, the campaign's ruined. Might as well start again. So that's the first mission done. You see just a few stats and what their levels are and things like that. Not too really worried about the Hobbit levels. But now we've got 1 power, so we get 1 power point. So
as the shadow of Sauron moves across the land,
now we can move on to Eomer's army. So you can see here, the Isengard army has 950 Uruks and 20 wargs. Another one has 12 siege machines. So that's Saruman's army getting ready to make war against Rohan. There's Helm's Deep. Edoras. There's Edoras. And there's another Uruk-hai army there with Lurtz that's going to Amon Hen, that's trying to cut the Fellowship off. So as you know, the Fellowship here, that's the Elven army. The Fellowship is around there. Go back to here, Mordor and Gondor. They're going to sling it out here at Caer Andros. Sorry, not Caer Andros. Caer Andros is around here. That's Osgiliath. There's another Gondor unit there with Faramir in Ithilien. And you just hear loads of hordes of Mordor people. So that's basically the campaign map. We've got some Mordor up there, 60 evil men. That's the soldiers of Rhûn that marched towards the Black Gate in Return of the King, if you remember. So that's just a basic campaign map. The first mission for Battle for Middle-earth. I would seriously recommend you replaying this game. I forgot how fun the campaign was, how challenging it is at times as well, and if you don't own the game, I suggest you go ahead and do it. Definitely, it is one of the best RTS games that have ever been made. Battle for Middle-earth 1, that's the one you've got to play.